All right, welcome back. Today you are joining me for a short and sweet strength workout, okay? And so what I want you to have, if possible, is some sort of weight for resistance. So a kettlebell, a dumbbell works, a water bottle filled up works, a soup can works. If you don't have any of that, that's fine. You can hold on to a block and you can do a lot of the same stuff just without any resistance. The other thing I will probably end up using today is a band. And you can use a band mostly interchangeably with the kettlebell or the dumbbell as well for most of this stuff. So what I'm gonna have us do is really quick, I'm gonna have us just do a warm up. And so we're gonna start with a shuffle, okay? So I'm probably not gonna go very far with my shuffle because I don't have as much room, but you might have more room than me. So just light on your feet, shuffle, 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 okay? Just getting the body warmed up and ready to move efficiently, getting the core warmed up. All right, now I'm gonna go into a skip, a high knee skip. So I'm trying to incorporate my arms here as well. You can also do this without the jump, okay? Lift a knee, swing the arms, breathe. Breath is the most important part. All right, now I'm gonna go into a jog. So just easy little jog or high knees. Okay, breathe. Again, little shuffle's fine. Just warming up. 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's do an inchworm, okay? So, soften the knees, bend down. Walk your hands out to a plank, lower down, and then push yourself back up. Walk your feet forward. Stand up, okay? Same thing again. Lower, walk your hands forward to plank, push up, walk your feet in. Now I'm gonna walk back again. We're gonna do 2 more like that. Hinge forward, walk forward, lower down. This time I'm gonna add a cobra and then back to down dog. Walk your hands back, stand up, hinge, forward, lower, cobra, down dog, walk your feet back, and stand up. Okay, last thing I'm gonna do is an air squat. So just a regular squat, knees over the toes, squat, back, weight in the heels. We're gonna add weight to some squats in a little bit. A way to make sure your knees are not collapsing in like this. Press them out wide. Also, don't try to keep your head lifted. That pinches the back of the neck. Keep your chin down. All right, relax. Hopefully you feel warmed up. I feel warmed up. Okay, but I also just taught a cardio class before this. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with a hand release push-up. So come all the way down onto your belly. Now, one way to do this, if this is hard for you, is to put a block underneath your chest so you don't have as far to go. So with all of these movements that we're gonna do today, I want you to count, because I'm gonna be teaching. You're gonna do somewhere between 10 to 15 repetitions of everything that we do, okay? So for our hand release push-ups, we're gonna lower the chest down, release the hands, pull the belly in, and push up. Go. So exhale. It's very important that your shoulders stay stable the whole time, especially the hardest part is when you're pushing back up, right? Which is why that block underneath, maybe 2 blocks, is good. Keep your spine really long and strong, stable, so your core muscles are activated. Inhale going down, exhale coming up. I'm gonna do just a few more. 3, 2. Last one. Woo, okay. Now, squats, I'm gonna add weight on. So I'm gonna grab my kettlebell and I'm gonna do a goblet squat. So that means I hold the kettlebell like this, I hold it at my chest, and I do the same thing I did before, but now I have added weight. So on your inhale, go down, exhale, push up. 10 to 15 here. Again, look at my spine, it's really straight. I'm hinging forward slightly. I'm not trying to keep my head up and my chest pointed up. I actually hinge forward, look out in front of you. Weight in your heels. Exhale on the way up. That exhale helps you to really activate the core muscles, helping to stabilize as you're coming up from the ground. A few more. Last one for me, and relax. Remember to drink water as you need to throughout class. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is a single arm row. You can do this with weight. You can also do this, I'll just show you with a band underneath the foot that's in front, and we're gonna row with the opposite arm. So that's the motion, is that I'm not trying to do this with, my bicep. I'm actually activating my upper back, middle back, and the back of the shoulder to pull the weight up. So I'm gonna start with my right foot forward, left foot back. You can put your hand on your thigh if you want here, and then row. You can also, if you have a chair or a bench, you can put your hand on a bench. You can do this with both legs together, just like this, if holding that lunge is too much. Okay, exhale. Exhale. You want to exhale in the hardest part of the exercise. So pulling that weight up is going to be a lot more challenging than bringing it down, but you do want to bring it down with control. Don't just let it drop. Keep that shoulder down away from the ear. Last one. Again, for me, hopefully you're counting 10 to 15. Go to a point where you feel really challenged, but you're not losing your good form, okay? Second side. Left foot forward, right foot back. And go, row. Exhale. So I want you to think about, it's like you're trying to bring your elbow to your spine. Elbow. So remember, you can have feet together here too. Just make sure you are not doing this. You're not hunching. Your spine is really long, really strong, supported by the core. Shoulder back, shoulder back. Couple more. All right. Change. All right. Where are we going next? Okay, kettlebell swings. This is really important. I don't want you to hurt your back. Here's the motion of a kettlebell swing. My knees are gonna be soft, but my legs are gonna be straight. I'm not bending the knees. Now, this is the motion. I'm gonna show you without any weight. So I go forward, my butt goes back, and I come back up. That's the motion. Now, I'll add weight to it. What happens a lot of times is this, okay? I'm over exaggerating. That's gonna hurt your low back. So the goal is to come up with your belly pulled in nice and tight. You're not coming up, trying to bring the weight all the way up over your head. Okay, so you're standing pretty wide. I'm gonna start with the swing and go. Now, one thing I do that really helps is as I come back up, I squeeze my glutes, squeeze. And then I also think about really strongly pulling navel in. Strong exhale as you come up. Keep the shoulders down. So this is a hamstring and glute exercise I'm driving forward with my glutes and my hamstrings. My arms are just kind of hanging onto the weight. All right, I'm gonna take a break. Catch your breath. Okay, perfect. Now, next thing we're gonna do, a lateral lunge into a curtsy lunge. One of my favorite movements. I do this one a lot. So, I'm gonna start by standing to the right. Now you can hold weight. I'm choosing not to hold any weight for this, okay? So, I'm gonna lunge to the left, and then I'm gonna curtsy the left behind the right. Okay, so step off to the right, go. Lunge, curtsy. I don't have enough room. Curtsy, lunge, curtsy. So weight back in the heel as you lunge, send the hips back, hinge forward, drop that back knee straight down to the ground. I'll show you from the side too. Lunge, curtsy. You can go much slower than I'm going right now. With or without weight, if you've got weight, you're holding it at your chest. Couple more. Okay, relax. Let's go to the other side. So I'm gonna step off to the left. I'm gonna lunge to the lateral lunge to the right, curtsy behind, okay? Go, lunge, curtsy. So take enough time to really think about how you land in that lateral lunge, soft landing, back in the heel, and then drop that back knee straight down to the mat. Lunge, curtsy. Keep breathing. Focus on what you're doing. Don't get distracted. All right, last one for me. Okay. Single arm shoulder raises. I'm gonna do this with a band. You can do this with light weight too, okay? So, put the band underneath your right foot if you're using a band. Otherwise, you're holding a dumbbell in your left hand with your thumb touching your thigh. Now I'm gonna raise my arm in one straight line diagonally with my pinky facing the back. Okay, so thumb in and then pinky back. Thumb in, pinky back. So I'll show you from the side here. What I don't want to see is any movement like this where you're going back and forth. You should not really be moving anything except your arm. My shoulder is not coming up towards my ear. My shoulder goes back and down, navel to spine, as I'm bringing that arm up and out. You don't need a lot of weight for these. All right, I'm good on that side. Weaker side. I always start with the weaker side, left side. Okay, for me. So now I've got the weight in my right hand, or I've got the band in my right hand, and I'm gonna bring thumb towards the left thigh and then pinky towards the back wall. So think again about the back of your shoulder, a little bit the back of the arm. You'll feel that in your tricep, upper back, middle back, core muscles, because you're using your core to not do this, right? So use your core to hold yourself steady. Woo, getting tired. Try to keep that wrist straight. I forgot to mention that. I see a lot of times, all right, I'm taking a break. When people hold bands, they do weird stuff like this, and that puts a lot of bad stress on your wrists. Okay, perfect. All right, we're gonna do one more thing. We're gonna do a single leg deadlift, okay? So I'm gonna stand on my left leg. You can hold weight here. You can also hold weight in your right hand. And then I'm gonna, in your left hand. And then I'm gonna lower down and lift up. Lower down. So I'm basically going from warrior 3 into a standing knee lift. And so what I'm working on here is stability in my left hip and strength in the hamstring, left hamstring and glute. You can have your hand on a wall beside you to help you stabilize a little bit better. Keep breathing. All right, change. Or keep going if you want. Okay, this is it. Stand on your right foot, weight in your right hand if you're using it, and go. Left leg goes back, and the knee lifts up, back. And you don't want to collapse into that left hip. You don't want to roll out like this. You want to try to keep the hips pretty level. Push back, knee up. Breathe. Left hand can be on a wall. Almost there. Stay strong. All right. I'm stopping right there. Okay. Let's do one more thing. On the back. Last thing, we're gonna do a sit up with a press. Okay, I'm gonna take weight overhead. You can also have a block overhead, holding on to it. Dig the heels down, sit up, push. From the shoulders, come up and push. Shoulders down the back. Come down with control. Strong exhale coming up. Legs are strong and active. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Woo! We're done. Yay, good job. So I highly recommend that you do a little stretching after this, and there will be plenty of stretching videos for you to do on Common Bond's channel, so check it out. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.